All right. Oh, did you check the laundry?
Yeah, I just bought it in the basket upstairs.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go to the store and then I'll hang it when I get back.
Okay, can I try your seat?
Yeah. You might have to be like. Do you mind? Do you want me to not film you? I'm making a vlog for YouTube right now.
Oh, well, you can.
You might have to not lean forward or back because it's kind of like loose.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I think it's pretty great. Did you want to try riding it?
Uh, no, I'll watch you ride it though.
Okay, I haven't ridden it yet. Okay, well, toodaloo.
Alright, toodaloo.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is nice. Oh, yeah. Man, it's really nice. They say everyone who you see a lot of reviews on YouTube for this bike seat, and it almost sounds corny. They say, "Dude, it's a game changer." And there was this one YouTuber who made reference to that, and he's like, "Everyone's saying it's a game changer. It's a game changer." And so let's put it to the test. And he goes, "Honestly, yeah, it's a game changer." And so I think it's pretty cool so far. Plus, I have this rear view mirror on the fucking side here. This is very, very comforting. It's very nice to have a rear view mirror. And this is a Michow mirror. Michow is like the best brand, basically. Like, this would be $25 plus tax on Amazon. The fuck is this? And plus, shipping, it'd probably be like $35 after everything. And it's like the best, this has like perfect like 4.7 or the highest rating. Like, if you look at all the different brands of side view mirrors, this is the most highly rated brand. And it's like specialized too. Like, it's a testament to how good it is that you have to buy them individually. Because most mirrors, they come in a set of left and right, but this one you have to buy the left one for $25 and the right one for $25. And I think when companies kind of have like specialized products, like they don't just sell it in bulk, they can do the specialization because they don't need to do the bulk because people want the product so bad. And I mean, I just think it looks cool, and I mean, and it swivels and it pivots. You can there's maximum adjustability. So I think it's like the fucking best mirror I could really hope for. And so right now I'm just focusing on having good posture. This is probably a gangstalker right here. They oftentimes do mimicry. Like, for example, I just did this cover of the song Beware by Deftones. But previous to that, there was this guy who made a cover of... No, he did an original song, actually. It was pretty good. It was on a YouTube short. And I commented to him, yeah. Just yeah. And he commented back, yeah. And then, so after I made my Deftones cover, someone commented to me, yes. And it could have been gangstalking, like the person who commented it, they had no videos. They had nothing about their channel. They had a profile picture. I'm not sure if their profile picture was of themselves or if it was of some famous person. But it kind of reminded me that it may have been mirroring. And why anyone would mirror you, I don't frankly know. It seems kind of silly and ridiculous. I think to trigger paranoia. I think the mirroring is just another arbitrary sensitization to let you know that you're being stalked. And then by letting you know you're being stalked while also gaslighting you that you're not being stalked, you're being told that you're insane. And you're also being told that you're in danger. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that half of stalking cases end in murder. But the thing about gaslighting you to believe that you're insane is you can actually do that. You can induce a certain illness in someone just by telling them that they're ill. And there's a lot of different examples of this that I've heard of. But the gist of it is that if you tell someone over and over, with everyone ganging up on a person, that, you know, you look really sick, the person will actually physiologically start to feel sick. It's almost like, I saw this video on YouTube, and this guy's like, my wife has a crazy gag reflex, and I'm just gonna start making a gagging noise, and it's gonna make her gag. It's almost like it triggers some kind of physiological reaction. And so it kind of primes you or prompts you to act out in some sort of way. And you know, there's these certain gang stalkers who I threatened back in the day, back before I knew gang stalking was a government-run global trafficking program. And so I thought it was just these like local people who were doing this to me. And so I threatened them on my blog. And a few nights ago, I drove my bike on their street. And it was when I went back to my house that I noticed that my bike battery was vandalized. Now, maybe it was vandalized before then, but maybe it happened while I was out on that bike ride because I had rode on their street. And I think the handlers would make me want to believe that they would want to make me believe, that it was those particular gang stalkers who vandalized my battery for driving on their street, so that I would then be prompted to have feelings of anger and revenge that you broke into my house and you vandalized my battery. The handlers would want me to blame those particular gang stalkers. And I think that's absolutely something that they do. I think that the handlers don't actually care about the gang stalkers, and their goal is that the TI commits self-harm or harm against someone else, and the gang stalkers are kind of like the bait. I think the handlers would rejoice and probably get monetary reward if the TI goes postal and attacks one of the gang stalkers. Or if the TI just attacks random civilians too. But for the higher ups, I think it's all good for them. As long as the TI acts out and does something fucked up, then the gang stalkers win. Okay, so I'm gonna do some off-roading here. This seat is so fucking cool. Now it's the front that needs suspension. And there is a suspension handlebar post too. But I don't think I need that. I do have front suspension. And it's a bit loose. I feel like there's something loose. We have a family member's boyfriend. He's really hot. I said, I don't feel like making eye contact right now. He was over for dinner. And I said, but when you were looking down, I just looked at your face, and you're really gorgeous. And he said, oh, thanks. I'm definitely going to let that go to my head. And afterwards, I thought the perfect response would have been to say, well, let it go to your whole body, because that's pretty hot too. This guy has he's like 6'3", but he's so ripped that you don't even know how tall he is, because he's so thick that he doesn't even look tall. And he's like a nerd too. He's like an intelligent, thoughtful nerd who has like a ripped body. Like he is really a fucking catch. And I like him a lot, actually. I think he's probably my favorite person of all the spouses of the people in my family. I think he's my favorite. But I don't have much connection with family. Like, they don't understand the 2019 mass murder was a mass murder. And, they're not vegan. They're vegetarian, but like a lot of my family are vegetarian. And, I don't really pay that much attention. This guy was a meat eater. There's lots of things that we don't see eye to eye on. And that's cool. I have two perspectives on that. One perspective is, who cares? Don't bring it down to that level where you alienate yourself and other people based on your morality and your beliefs and your understandings of things. Okay. And then my other frame of thought is, when they deny those things, they're the same people who deny gang stalking. They're the same people who, when they deny that the 2019 mass murder was a mass murder, and they deny veganism, and they deny gang stalking, they happen to be the same people. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be a vegan to be a TI. You know, I know there's only, I know a few vegan TIs actually. And I know one vegan TI who you won't even know she's vegan unless you watch her channel quite a lot. And she doesn't advertise it. But the other train of thought is, the people who don't really see eye to eye about a lot of these issues are the same people who probably might be gang stalkers. They're the ones who, I think, it's not a coincidence that you don't believe in gang stalking, because it's in your interest to believe in gang stalking and to pretend like you don't, or it's in your interest to cover for the crimes of the judicial system, because you're somehow benefiting from it. Like, you're somehow, like, you get some kind of I don't know, you get some kind of fucking indirect benefit. So, don't exactly know where I'm going. These kids kind of freak me out up here. You know, not into these kids. It's fucking, thanks.
I used to go there.
They were actually nice. Kids are like really violent and mean. I think this woman coming up might be the same woman who said to me, "We're gonna get you," when I was driving by her on my bike. No, it's not her. So we have really good groceries to get today. And I'm gonna go buy this, guy. We have really, really good groceries to get, because we just did a Costco trip and we got veggie burgers, which are amazing, by a company called Beyond Meat. And they're not the most realistic, but they're the best. They have the best flavor. And then we also have Worcestershire sauce. It's not getting used. You can get vegan Worcestershire sauce, but my new burger recipe for burger sauce is mayonnaise, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and some spices, and that's about it. And, you know, maybe some Italian dressing. And it makes something kind of similar to a Big Mac sauce, but it's actually better in a way. The Worcestershire really adds a lot. I mean, if you add Worcestershire sauce to your burger sauce, you're stepping up your game. So far, my bike seat is fucking the best. Okay, it's fucking the best. The mirror, the mirror is kind of moving around a little bit. I can tighten that up with an Allen key. And you know what? I was tightening my bike seat post with an Allen key, and it stripped. And so I had to get a new Allen key that I luckily found. Look at this fucking goose. What the fuck is this goose thinking? Oh my god, I'm staying away from this goose. That goose is really something else. And so I got these other Allen keys that I found in the toolbox, and I tried tightening it so tight, and the Allen key fucking broke. And I think I remember someone on a YouTube video reviewing this seat post saying, when you tighten it, you really, really have to tighten it, or else it tilts back and forth. And so far, I've forgotten this seat post that I'm even using it, because that's how good it is. Like cosmetic surgery, the best cosmetic surgery is when you don't even notice that you've had cosmetic surgery. When people say, oh, I didn't even know you had that work done. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's how good it is. Because the difference is Brad Pitt's brother, he's not hot, but he looks just like Brad Pitt. But he's not hot. What's the deal? If he looks like Brad Pitt, why isn't he hot? Because the differences are just in the millimeters. They're so small that only your unconscious mind picks up on it. And it manifests as your conscious mind saying, oh, wow, he's really hot. Wow, what a super hot guy. Man, that seatpost is super hot. I can't even tell I'm riding it. Wow, I'm so comfortable right now. I can't even tell why. Oh my God. You know, and these fucking handlebars are loose. But anyway, the point I was making about bringing up my family member's husband, soon to be husband, fiance, I got invited to their wedding. I don't know if I'm going. Because that family member broke my Game Gear when she was like 5 and she never replaced it. And he said, I have this cement hardening stuff, this cement paste or something for handlebars. It's just for that scenario where your handlebars keep jolting around because they're loose. And so if you get your handlebars in the right position, I can give you this cement stuff and it'll lock them in place. And I was kind of hesitant to do that because what if I want to adjust my handlebars again? I've adjusted them multiple times. I've thought I had the right setting, and then I thought, no, it's actually some other setting is actually better. Okay. Now there is bike insurance too. I wondered if you get bike insurance, which covers thieves. If someone steals your bike, but you don't even lock your bike up, like, could you just get bike insurance and just leave your bike? Like the other day, how I saw a bike just sitting in front of Walmart, not even locked up. It was an electric bike, just sitting there. And I mean, I didn't lock up my seat or my seat post. Like, that's like $200 worth of stuff. You know, after tax and all that, that's pretty expensive. And maybe I'm just being lazy. I don't know. Part of me is thinking, just don't lock it up. I don't know. I mean, I do kind of think it was maybe a bad idea to just not lock it up. I think that may have been lazy. But part of me is thinking, do I really want to go through that much effort, like long term, using 3 locks? And I feel like Walmart is full of security cameras, even outside. But they're also gangstalker as fuck. They've said in here once, attention, the bucket has been made. The pail has been made, or something like that. And it was a reference to they would leave buckets near me all the time. If I would go for a nature walk, for example, they would have buckets laying on the nature trail, and then they'd have the neighbors putting buckets out on the boulevard. And for like 8 months or maybe a couple years even, there were buckets on the boulevard across the street from us all the time, literally 24/7. And it's a nice neighborhood. I mean, it's not like a kind of trashy, like people just leave shit out on the yard. Like it was an intentional sensitization. What else do I need to get? Oh, that's right, oil. I thought, what is the third thing? Because I'm getting French fries. I'm getting not chips, because French fries are close enough to chips that I don't need to spend that money. And burger buns, which hopefully they're vegan. And I like these big ones now because these ones remind me of the ones at A&W. And these have the vegetable diglycerides, which are, diglycerides are perhaps vegan, perhaps not, but they specify that they're vegetable diglycerides, and that's very appreciated by me. And something else that I really appreciate is my microphone. Really fucking happy about my microphone. And really happy about the fucking oil here. Probably gangstalker here. Double gangstalkers. Vegetable oil, $3.97. Super amazing deal. Oh, peanut oil. Sunflower oil. Vegetable oil. Yeah, peanut oil is the best, but for double the price, no thanks. And I won't notice the difference. I could probably notice the difference if I did a taste test side by side, but in general, it's close enough that it's not double as good to get peanut oil. Now, I do feel a bit better today. I'm a bit in higher spirits because the thing about detoxifying, drinking lots of water, is you're dumping your old cell crap. Your toxins are dumping into your bloodstream to get them. I mean, they are in your lymph, but if your lymph is overflowing, it's going to go into your blood. Your blood and your lymph are separated by their viscosity, I think. Lymph is fatty based and blood is water based. And 80% of the fluid between your cells is lymph fluid. And so if you're full of waste, your blood could be impacted with cell waste. You can have cell waste dumping into your blood when you're detoxing. And digesting food is one of, or the most energy consumptive things that you can do. And so when you drink water, you're not digesting any food. So your body has more energy to cleanse and heal. And so you can dump more toxins into your blood when you're drinking water than when you're drinking juice. And so yesterday, 2 of the liters of the gallon of water I drank were of juice. So because a lot of my energy went to digesting that juice instead of cleansing and healing, I had less cleansing and healing yesterday, and therefore I had less of a healing crisis, so therefore I feel more rejuvenated today. I feel more like the good old days when I was unhealthy and not giving a shit, and I was lit. I don't give a shit and I'm lit. So today we're going back to drinking water and not juice, except for we're going to drink juice while we eat. And this is a very common thing. It's the most fucking retarded place to stand. And, every time you go in or out, they'll be standing there like fucking retards. And, scratching their face, blocking your exit and entry points. And so today I'm going to be, oh no, they stole it. They stole something off my bike, I think. That sucks. I'll have to go back and see. Oh man, that really sucks. They stole the cover off my seat post. That's a downer. But I still do have my seat post. So today I'm drinking a gallon of water. I already drank a liter. Plus I'll have juice with my burger and fries with my awesome burger sauce, which is like my super delicious groceries. Maybe I'll try going back the same way I came in case it fell off while I was biking. But I have a feeling they stole it as some kind of warning. Like, we told you, don't go out for e-bikes, don't go out for bike rides, or else you're gonna get punished. So yeah, I'll try going back the same way I came, and I'll see if I see it somewhere. So this guy looks like he's just waiting to drive into me. Luckily I have Super View on right now, so it should show the view of the bike when I left it. So anyways, the point about getting more healthy is you're detoxifying, so you're having a healing crisis because toxins are being dumped into your blood on their way out, but you're also getting them out, and you're also hydrating your cells. What your body is doing with the water is it's making more blood and it's assimilating the water into the cells, and it's also removing the cell waste. But you're also becoming more hydrated, which makes you function better. You're supposed to be about 80% water in your cells, and the average, you're about 70% water or less. So I think this is a good time to kind of meditate on what just happened. Let's just assume, I can't be sure right now, but hey, look at this goose. This goose knows what's up. Let's just assume that the bike seat cover got stolen. And so here's just a guy touching his face. Or no, he's on a phone. And so let's try to process this, that my bike seat post cover just got stolen, and it sucks. Because a lot of times there's kind of a shock, like something fucked up will happen and you're kind of shocked, and you're like, yeah, I don't care, I'm still alive, I got my bike seat post, it's all good. And then later on, when you're relaxing or something, it kind of comes to your mind that, oh yeah, and was that a threat? Like, they're warning you, don't go out. They're saying, next we're gonna damage more stuff. We're gonna, should I be worried now? Should I be offended? I actually am angry, man. I love that bike seat post, and they're such cowards, and they just do it with impunity, and they don't even take accountability for what they do, and yet they act like they're so strong and righteous, and they act like they're holier than thou and all that, and that's kind of how I feel. But I also feel pretty cool. Like, I do have a nice bike seat. I have a nice bike seat post. Got some amazing groceries today. I have some juice at home. I think the mirror looks bent too. I'm not sure I left it in that position. I'm starting to suspect more strongly that someone stole the cover. And that's a very trivial thing to steal. That's not like something that you would steal with the intent of reselling it later. It's more like the type of thing you would steal to send a message. Kind of like a declaration of supremacy. And it's old hat now too. It's like, yeah, you're gonna threaten me, you're gonna make me feel scared, you're gonna make me feel unloved, unwanted, like I'm a burden. Like I should just die. Here's a one headlighter coming up. But why don't you just kill me already? I mean, I'm still doing my goals. I have that going for me. And you know, it's kind of helpful to still be doing my goals, because if I was jacking off right now and someone stole my bike seat cover, I would probably be like thinking I'm a loser. I'd probably be like, yeah, they're saying I should kill myself. They're probably right. I can't even do anything right. I can't even follow my own goals. And everywhere I go, I just get fucking harassed. And I don't even deserve to die, but I should probably die just because they're right in that sense, that they're gonna make my life such a misery that it's probably better I just fucking kill myself. You know, I'm less prone to thinking like that. Like the more strong I am, drinking water, I don't have adrenal fatigue. Okay, like the first thing to fail is your kidneys. Like if you die of heart disease, you've actually died of kidney disease. Statistically, if you're listening to this, whoever you are, whether you're listening or not, statistically, the way you're gonna die is of heart failure. You're gonna have that's statistically how you're gonna die. But that's only on the surface. Really how you're gonna die is kidney disease. That's the first thing that goes. You can't find someone who died of a heart attack who didn't first have kidney failure. And you'll say, well, that's, what's the deal with that? Because kidney failure, what does that have to do with a heart attack? A heart attack is when your arteries are clogged with arterial plaque. So what does arterial occlusion have to do with kidney disease? Well, your kidney's job is to flush out your bodily waste. And your arterial plaque is bodily waste. So that's how your kidneys failing is responsible for your heart disease. How did I get talking about this? Oh yeah, and right on top of your kidneys. So your kidneys are the first thing to go. If you have disease, it's because your kidneys have went. They're the first thing to go because they're the first things that get clogged up with waste, because they're the waste management system. They're the toilet of your body. And so right on top of the kidneys, the next thing to go is the adrenal glands. And the adrenal glands sit right on top of the kidneys. And those are responsible for depression and anxiety. So if you're eating junk food, you're destroying your kidneys and you're also destroying your adrenal glands. And then you're gonna have depression and anxiety. And when you have depression, you're gonna be blaming yourself for things. You're gonna have low self-esteem. You're gonna say negative things like, yeah, everything sucks. They're right, I should fucking die. Because fuck everything, because I'm getting treated bad no matter what. Even though I'm a good person, it doesn't matter because the people who are around me are bad people, so they're not treating me in a reciprocal way. I'm respectful, but they're not respectful to me. And so when your adrenals are healthy, you have like strength. Like you could say like I'm a fucking force. Like I have my own independence here. My good feelings are coming from my own adrenals, my own kidneys, I can handle things better. Now maybe this is just hypocrisy. Maybe after I turn the camera off, I'm gonna start crying and I'm gonna say, fuck man, they stole my bike seat post. It really traumatizes me. You know, that might actually happen later on. I won't cry, but I might actually be upset about this later on. Because they have done things that have really scared me before, that have really hurt me before. And it kind of brings up the fact, why don't they kill us? A lot of people say that. They say if they wanted to kill you, you'd be dead. I have a few points to say to that. One, if they're trying to kill us wholesale, if they're trying to kill hundreds of millions of us around the world, I've heard there's 4 million new annual targets in America alone. And if they're trying to kill all of us globally, they can't do it straight up Nazi 1.0 style. They have to do it Nazi 2.0 style in covert ways. They have to do it slowly. So it's like piecework, like they poison us slowly, microwave us slowly, so that we have some kind of heart disease or something. So it kills our kidneys basically, and then we die like 30 years young. Or they kill us opportunistically where it looks like an accident, like during a staged accident. And if they just literally killed us all, like they come in, they drug us, they hang us, and then we have it look like we committed suicide. If they literally do that to every single TI, that would create too much suspicion. Like all of a sudden there's like hundreds of millions of people who just committed suicide. Like it would be too obviously incriminating. People would say someone is behind this. So the premise that their intent isn't to kill us all because they would have already done it if that was their intent, I'm not exactly sure that that is correct. Maybe it's just that they're not capable of killing us all without it incriminating them. Okay, then the other thought I have on it is they don't kill us because they're human trafficking us, because they enjoy torturing us, because it's a torture. It's torture for fun and profit. It's sex trafficking. They have cameras set up in our rooms. It's like the entire family porn. You know, like you're a new mother, you're changing your baby, and they're watching you. And then you have sex with your husband, they're watching you. You have a shower, they're watching you. And they're watching you cry. You know, they hurt you and you cry, and then they're getting off on it. They're watching on a hidden cam. You know, you could say it's why don't they kill us? Because they're using us up. Because they enjoy the torture. The point is torture. And if they wanted to kill us all, they could. They could just round us up with guns. They could just round us up with guns and shoot us all in the head, and no one could do anything. There would be no protest. Literally everyone would just go, okay, yeah, I don't want to get killed. But what that would do is it would polarize the normies to realize who the enemy is, and then those people could just be killed too. And everyone would be a gangstalker. They could just literally kill everyone who's not a gangstalker. But then they wouldn't do that because they need to use us. They need the innocents. They can't fuck each other, or they can't rape each other. They can't spy on each other because they're already dead. They don't have the innocence. And that's what they want. They want to see the innocence. They want to see someone who's not dead inside having a shower. So far I'm handling it pretty well. I like having the seat cover stolen. I do think that my good diet has a lot to do with how I'm handling this. It is kind of surreal sometimes to say, yeah, this is really happening, and yeah, I'm not freaking out. It is kind of surreal. The instinctual answer is to freak out and say, no, this is not allowed, this can't be, I can't accept this. I don't accept this. It feels a bit unrealistic to say, yeah, I'm so zen. I totally can accept this, and I'm not repressing anything. Now, if I find the bike seat cover is in the house, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. And, okay, let's see. I could just check the video, but oh my god, it's right here. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yes. And my mom hung my laundry out for me, which I was kind of wondering if she was going to do that, and she did. So, do you want to see my laundry? I'll show you. I figure I might have some girlfriends watching this. So, in case you ever want to shop for clothes for me, and if we live together, you should probably know what kind of clothes I buy. And so we have these track pants here. Okay, a gangstalker got me these. I really appreciate these. And then we got this sweater. Okay, the store I got this sweater from, the guy working there, he held a pair of jeans up to me and he said, "Here, smell this." And it didn't smell like anything. And then I realized way later in hindsight that he was a gangstalker. He was being very disrespectful, just having me do some stupid task. This is a cashmere sweater. Not vegan, but it was a gift. Oh yeah! Then we got all these socks. Then we have this shirt. This is awesome. Now this is the kind of, you might think, well, I can see what you're wearing, so why are you showing me all this? No, this shirt was a gift. I love this shirt. Really good material. But it's a short sleeve shirt and it doesn't have a V-neck. I don't like that. I really wish this had a V-neck. But it was a gift, so what can I do? So definitely don't buy me one of these, okay? Now, this sweater, this was free at the weed shop. I normally don't like logos, but it was free at the weed shop. Okay, this red shirt back here has a picture of the Buddha on it, has a hood, super thin, awesome. This is premium right here. Same as this. This is the same shirt, but in brown, different logo, or no, different graphic design. This sweater, plain black, fucking premium. Fucking premium. Okay, these socks right here, perfect. Champion socks, perfect. These socks right here, pictures of cats in boxes on these socks. These are a little bit too thin, but sometimes these hit the spot. Sometimes these are exactly the right socks. This sweater from Banana Republic was a gift, was actually from the thrift shop, I think, but then originally it was from Banana Republic. Pretty nice, a bit itchy, but very warm, very nice. Doesn't really shrink. This sweater, perfect, matches my track pants. This came from a gangstalker, but I have to give credit where credit is due. She got me my favorite track pants and one of my favorite sweaters. Okay, and the track pants are my favorite because they have fucking zippers on the pockets. And these were stained with piss and perhaps cum for a while, and I just stopped caring, and I actually showed that on camera without meaning to. And I was like, oh my god, I just, what kind of freak do I look like? And then I thought, you know what kind of freak am I? So just be honest about it, just show it. Now these socks, these are too thick. Okay, but these are good, but they're just too thick. These socks were a gift. These have pictures of burgers on them. They say nice buns. And probably my favorite shirt out of all of these is this one. This was an expensive one. This was like $125. This is from my ex-girlfriend who was pretty awesome. She was a cam girl and a stripper, and so she spoiled me. I think she may have been a gangstalker near the end. I don't know. She may have been turned by the gangstalkers. She had a boyfriend who was a cop who hated me. And so anyways, that about concludes our tour. And yeah, thanks for watching.